folks, welcome to Geek Chat with Games from the North. Kel here with our special guest Kirk from Extra Life.
Hello.
And I'm Justin, and this is Cliff.
Cliff is a little bit silent tonight because of some laryngitis. So he's gonna man the message boards and pipe in probably once in a while because you just can't help it. I get it. So we're gonna jump right into Extra Life and talk about Extra Life with Kirk, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
So can you tell us what it is?
Sure. So Extra Life is a charity gaming marathon that raises money for children's hospitals all across Canada and the U.S.
Okay.
It kind of works like a lot of other fundraisers, sort of like, Terry Fox runs, stuff like that. You basically sign up online and pick which hospital you want to support. We support the Children's Hospital of Manitoba here, and then go and get pledges from your friends, family, coworkers, stuff like that. And then on game day, you play games for 24 hours.
That's awesome.
Yep. It is really just that simple.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun.
I like that it supports local places too. It kind of, I don't know, brings it home, and especially when you're fundraising for something, it's just always closer to home when it's closer, literally closer to home.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm part of the local Extra Life Guild here, so we go out to a lot of conventions and try to get more people interested and signed up for Extra Life and just kind of spread the word about it. And
Okay.
almost all of us in the guild have actually either been former patients of the Children's Hospital here or know someone who has, so it's something that's very near and dear to all of us.
So would the guild be something that's kind of like a committee that helps spread that word? Is that what you're saying? Or what does
Sort
that
of,
look
yeah.
like?
We're basically like the kind of local street team for the Extra Life program nationally.
Okay, nice.
Basically.
That must be fun.
Yeah, it is.
So how many people does that encompass? Approximately? Like, is it a big group?
It's trying to do quick mental math in my head here. I think we have about 6 to 8 regular members that show up, and mostly we go out to just conventions and have an info booth there, and trying to branch out a bit more into streaming and stuff like that. So
yeah, good. Well, welcome to the channel.
Do you do stuff in other times of the year or just at the big event?
We're trying to start doing more stuff throughout the year. We started doing usually like bi-weekly video game streams and try to keep that momentum going throughout the year, but we also have started doing streaming from the conventions that we go to now.
Nice.
When we can. So
if someone were to look to find do you have a Twitch channel that you stream off of?
yes, we do.
Okay, what would that be under?
It's twitch.tv/extralifewpg.
Awesome. So Cliff, I think, is noting that down, and we can paste it into the chat, I believe. Yes, that's a nod. That's a yes.
That would be awesome.
Because I want to check that out too and see what's up. What kind of games do you guys play?
It's sort of kind of whatever people feel like on a given night. A couple times we've done some like retro nights where one of us will bring in like a retro Pi console that has like a bunch of NES and Super Nintendo games loaded on it.
Yeah.
But we've also done Diablo 3. We've done Guacamelee, which was a great game.
Guacamelee, what's that one?
So it's a side-scrolling kind of exploration game, sort of like the old Metroidvania games, but it's all themed at, like, has a Mexican theme. You're playing as a luchador. It's great. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it.
It makes me think of Viva Pinata for some reason when you just said that.
A little bit,
not that it's like that, but
yeah.
That's awesome because I Justin, you play a bit of NES, right? You were saying you
just bought a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that one?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Just gotten Super Mario World and trying to think. Mario Kart.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like one of the new systems?
No.
Like
Like
it's the original.
It's the original one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we have the two that have been released, the two classic
Oh yeah.
micros.
Nice.
Those come with everything like preloaded, right?
They
Or
come with
something?
a certain number of games
okay.
preloaded, not all
40
of them, but
Yeah. I really enjoyed classic Nintendo as a kid and a couple after that, but when these ones came out, I just didn't jump on it. But maybe I'll try them sometime. We can have like a retro gaming night or
I
something.
was thinking that actually.
That would be fun.
Nice.
Yeah. So we talked about your guild. What are I guess we wanted to talk a bit about your experiences with Extra Life. Last year I had to miss out because I was sick, so I will take a hiatus on this discussion. But tell us a bit about what you guys did last year with Extra Life.
Yeah, we went to Fargo and we did the 24-hour marathon there for Extra Life. That was at which store?
That was at Paradox Games.
Paradox, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
In the Fargo area. They have a big game center in the back area.
Oh yeah.
And they do live streaming there every Thursday as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually have a streaming room that they've got set up where they were streaming all weekend long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for the full
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
neat.
a dream, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
I'm jealous.
They did, the one that I remember, because I've been 2 years now that I've gone down there for it. And they always do a Monopoly game. And what they do is they have, you start with your base money as your starting money, right?
Yeah.
And they've got, the people who are playing all have jars where you can make donations.
Oh, okay.
And so the donations add up and they get added to your starting funds.
Nice.
Okay.
And this time around it was the owner of Paradox and I think 3 local radio personalities that had been raising money
Awesome.
for the game, and they came in and they played Monopoly for
Yeah.
the stream.
So somewhat
That's
like local celebrities in a
Yeah.
way, kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like bringing in Hal Anderson from Winnipeg
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
some of the other DJs.
Well-known
and-
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess, I signed up that time, but I had to miss it because I was sick. So I'm looking forward to it this year. What kind of events do you guys have coming up that people can go out to or look into?
I think our next big event that we have coming up is we will be at Icon. I believe it's July 26th or 28th.
Yeah.
And we are going to have our usual info booth where people can come and talk to us and learn more about Extra Life. But
Yeah.
we're also looking at being a more part of their programming this year and doing a couple of live streams from their tournament area.
That'll be fun.
So we're probably playing some stuff like Mario Party, since we did Mario Party 2 last year and we
Oh.
sucked at it.
Oh, no.
Maybe for some of our best Twitch clips ever.
Yeah.
And I also have a stack of these old Japanese Super Nintendo games that I don't
Wow.
really know how to play or what they are.
Oh.
So we're going to probably be playing a bunch of
figure it
those.
Yeah, just pop them in and see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, basically. Just try to figure it out live in front of a group of people and make up our own story
That's
to go with
awesome.
it.
So do you have? Will there be a room dedicated for that kind of thing at Icon?
Yeah, we're going to be up in their gaming lounge, actually.
Awesome. Okay. I was we were talking earlier about it, and I was explaining that I haven't been to Icon since it was at U of M, so I am really out of the loop.
We should probably say what Icon is, because
Oh, yeah.
someone who's
Oh,
watching isn't.
Well, one of you guys take it away because I'm not very. It's anime, right? It's anime.
It's it's the local anime convention
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
does all sorts of anime, everything to do with it.
Yeah. So
They
I
bring
think.
in voice actors, artists.
Yeah. So they would have panels, right?
Yep.
We talked about the gaming lounge.
Mm-hmm.
They would have a lot of stuff to sell, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the
they have a big
marketplace is huge.
dealership.
They have
Yeah.
like a maid cafe
Dealership.
and
Oh,
all
do
that too.
they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
yeah.
this year I'll
Just-
go.
yeah.
Are other people allowed to dress up?
Yeah.
That would be fun, actually,
Yeah.
to do some cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a
There's
huge
lots of
cosplay
that.
contest,
Yeah?
too.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I think there's an like an after party too on
Really?
the first night. Yeah. Like,
Usually, yeah.
like a DJ.
Yeah, some sort
and-
of evening event.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah.
I think we have a bunch of friends that go, and some
do.
on the committee that help put it on, I believe.
Yeah.
So, so I've heard about it. It's just I haven't gone since it was that little U of M. And we have an announcement. Cliff, did you want to talk about your announcement?
Yeah,
Our
we have
announcement?
set up a Extra Life Games from the North Extra Life team.
Yeah.
So if you want to join the team, let us know. We can try and add you in. If you want to make a donation to our Extra Life efforts, you can do that. Our Extra Life team number is Extra Life www.extra-life.org/team/45265, and I'll be posting that into the chat and adding it onto our Facebook page later tonight.
My throat's hurting just listening to you. I would like to help, but I can't see the
Yeah.
screen from here.
Just remember, folks, I get to run the game tomorrow too.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
I'll be
boy.
helping. Don't worry. Oh, you promised I could do my intro, right?
That's right.
Last week I was gonna take over entirely. I've never GM'd anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I was gonna help. It was gonna be fairly straightforward. And I got ready, and I had a great intro, and the story, the role playing part, I really enjoy, and I'm really, I think, flourishing at when I'm playing different types of role playing games. And I was worried about the battle though, because I would
Oh, yeah.
the rolling from the other side. I was worried about, and understanding the stats in that respect. Hi, Frank. But I was really excited to do my intro and recap, and then intro to the battle. So you did promise that I could do
did.
that this week. So
And you will.
that'll save your voice a little bit. I'll have to find my notes. But anyways, so I'll help with that, and I'll be wandering around the table helping with the rolling and stuff, and if anyone needs anything. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're happy to we've got, I don't remember if we said this, we've got 4 people
Yeah.
joining us tomorrow.
So Kirk and who else is joining us?
It's going to be myself, Kevin, Kieran, and Graham from the Extra Life Winnipeg Guild.
Excellent. So they'll be joining us for Torg tomorrow that we do our regular at game night with Cliffhanger, Cliffside Games.
No.
What's it actually under? Sorry.
I've always put it as RPG Night with Cliff.
Okay, that's what it is.
The store posts it as Cliffhangers.
Okay, I thought so. I was like,
Cliffside Games is my own game company.
all right, you can see why I'm confused.
So many cliffs, so little time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to pick one and just go for it. Just jump. So we'll be there our usual 7 o'clock start to the stream or ish if we have our usual technical issues
Hopefully we won't.
that we are notorious for. But tune in for that tomorrow and we'll be running that. And yeah, it'll be exciting with some new players just joining in. And luckily with Torg it comes with the pre-established characters.
Yeah.
So I like that you can sort of just try it out if you want to, and if anyone likes it, they can come back, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things with Torg is it's very, very much yes, there are rules to meet your own characters, but there are some really good pre-made characters that come with the game.
Yeah.
And
a lot of them. Like
and
very
a lot
variety.
of them.
Yeah, there's a good variety. Are you going to let them pick their own characters? Or do
I'm
you have to
probably going to go through them and pick a
pick,
few
like, 4
out,
or
so
something,
you
yeah.
guys can kind of pick from there.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because there's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll take like an hour for you guys to figure out characters. So.
Yeah, got it.
Like there's a number of different realms and characters within that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never actually... I hadn't heard of Torg before we started talking about it, and I'm looking forward to it.
I think
Sounds
it's,
cool.
It's
I
been
think you'll
around
enjoy
since
it.
the 90s, and then they re-released it about a year ago, I think.
Oh, okay.
And it's a ton of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, and you were saying that you're well versed in D&D. So
Yeah,
I
I'll-
think
yeah.
it's a pretty good translation, different rolling style and game in general. But I think I really like D&D and I also really like Torg, so I think you'll enjoy it.
Excellent.
Anything else about Extra Life that you want to discuss?
Let's see. No, I think that's about it. The only
Okay.
thing I'd say is if anyone, is interested in Extra Life or thinks that
Yeah.
they want to maybe check it out, see what it's all about,
Yeah.
you can go to extra-life.org, find all
Okay.
the information you need, and you can sign up to be a hero for the kids.
Does it cost money to join?
No, you can sign up completely free, although there's an option that you can pay, I believe it's $50 to get into some of their donation incentives. So if you raise $200, you get a free t-shirt. You raise $500, you actually get an Extra Life silver medal.
Oh, nice.
And I believe if you raise 1,000, you get a gold medal.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
as well as a bunch of other stuff they announced throughout the year.
Yeah.
So.
And will the website also show sort of what's coming up in Winnipeg for Extra Life for events, or do we know what's going to happen after Icon?
Let's see.
Or is that sort of up in the air right now?
There's a Facebook page, isn't
Yes,
there?
Is there?
our
Okay.
Facebook page would probably be the best way to check out any
Okay.
local events coming
Gotcha.
up.
I have a bit of naivety about that, about it. I haven't done a lot of research, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
This is my crash course on Extra Life this year, so a lot of questions. Anything else about Extra Life?
No, I think
Or shall we
that's-
talk more geek?
We can definitely talk more geek.
Okay, so we have a list. So I think we wanted to jump into talking about Endgame, because that was a big thing with the launch of buying Endgame tickets. Did you buy an Endgame ticket?
No,
No?
unfortunately. I have a group of people that usually goes to like every
Yeah.
opening night of Marvel,
Yeah.
but I guess this time didn't work out.
Just
so.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay though. You'll get a chance to see
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely need to go see that one.
Yeah,
because
I wasn't-
Holy crap, it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no
wasn't.
kidding.
I kind of forgot about it, and luckily Cliff had mentioned. He's like, "Oh, it's just remember it's coming up on this day," and put it in my calendar, and it came up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah," and didn't think I was gonna even really bother getting tickets, and we didn't right away. The site that I went onto was actually crashing quite a bit, and everything was sort of sold out for a lot of the time slots right away.
A couple of different movie theaters were having their websites crash
Yeah,
that day.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is. That's the first time I've ever seen that, to be honest. But I don't go to a lot of opening nights, so
Yeah.
And if I do, I buy them well ahead, and they're not usually like that crazy. So, but yeah, so we're gonna go to the VIP theater because that's where we got our tickets for and check it out. So that'll be exciting.
Nice.
I honestly don't know much about it. I don't watch a lot of trailers, so I don't know if one of you guys want to talk about it a bit. For what you've seen or what you're excited about without spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to talk about the movie itself. I mean, there's no reason to talk about the trailers. Everyone's seen them who wants to see them.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything you hope to see in the movie, not necessarily. I'm not talking predictions. Actually, I am talking predictions. I'm not talking something you know is going to happen from a spoiler.
Right.
Right.
And I mean, we can't even guess what's going to happen from the trailers because they've said flat out
Yeah.
that they filmed stuff to put in the trailers that they specifically cut from the movies.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
good to know. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I heard that. Yeah, because I see a lot of trailers for certain movies, and they're like, I don't remember that part.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they're-
they've
Cut it out.
specifically said for the in-game that they filmed extra footage
Okay.
with the intention of not having it in the movie, but
Yeah.
using it in the trailer.
That's smart branding though.
Yeah,
Or smart
that makes
marketing.
sense.
Yeah, I don't know much
know-
about it. I just saw the one trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, just because I watch a few streamers on Twitch,
Right.
and they're just they're like all geek about Marvel universe,
Right.
and they were just saying as long as it's not all Captain Marvel, just comes in there and saves the day, and that's it. It's
Yeah.
more of a joint effort. And,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a good movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So
Yeah, I don't know much about the universe other than just watching the movies.
Same,
And I saw the last one once, I think, so far. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, I think. But again, no spoilers, I guess, if someone hasn't seen the last one. But I would like some of them to come back.
Well, I
Is
mean,
that even
Yeah.
possible?
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say we're going to see a lot of them come back. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
How is
Spider-Man,
that work, though?
we don't know yet, right?
Okay.
yeah.
I guess time,
I mean,
like
time travel.
jumping.
One of them is a time gem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could use the reality gem just to
That's
put
true.
everyone back.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
What power?
Yeah. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to tie into something with Ant-Man and the Wasp with that whole quantum realm thing.
Yeah.
I have a
That's
feeling that's
true.
coming back at some point. But
Okay, that would make
that's,
sense.
That's just
Yeah.
my guess.
Because that's a big thing.
Well,
right?
the scene where they're all in the trailers where they're all wearing those uniforms. A lot of people have commented on how the uniforms look like the same uniform Ant-Man and Wasp wore.
Yeah.
Okay. So going into that, what do they
Yeah.
call that? It's
The
like
quantum
the
realm.
quantum realm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that when they shrink beyond
Yeah.
the whatever, and it's like super small?
Yeah.
Basic, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
The one thing I do hope happens, and I hope one of them dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
actually.
hope one of them dies and stays dead.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
kind of one of those.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, there's
Otherwise,
been
it's
no
gonna be kind
consequences,
of yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's true.
It's sad, but yeah, it's needed.
It's sad, but you kind of want to see it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is going to be kind of like the last hurrah for some of the original Avengers, right?
Right.
So,
A
at
lot
least,
of their a lot of their contracts are up. Yeah.
yeah. So
That would be a neat way to do it.
yeah, it'd be nice to at least get like a good send off for some
Yeah.
of those characters that
And
have
something
been around for the last
impactful,
10
right?
years. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
really
mean-
evoke that emotion really from
There,
people.
and there's definitely some great storylines from Marvel Universe comics
Right.
with like the Death of Captain America series, where Captain America was shot with a bullet that displaced him from time.
Wow.
And everyone
read
thought he was
that.
dead. Yeah, it was a kind of neat series.
Yeah.
So, and contract-wise, I know the guy who plays Winter Soldier has a really, from what I've heard on the media and stuff, he's got a really long contract.
I really like him.
And
Yeah.
he's really
He's
good.
awesome, and his character is amazing.
Oh, Bucky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy who plays
Yeah.
Bucky.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think in the comics, at least at one point, Winter Soldier picked up the mantle of Captain America.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Falcon did for a while.
Falcon
It's-
has.
Yeah, there's been a couple of iterations.
There's
Okay.
also been a few things where Captain America said, "No, I'm not being Captain America anymore. I don't
Right.
agree with what the America's become."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he became the Nomad at one point.
Okay. So there's a lot of direction that.
There's always a lot of different
Yeah.
storylines you could go to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And along the movie lines, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker trailer. That's again one unfortunately
Oh, yeah.
I have not seen, and
What?
I consider myself a Star Wars fan, so I don't know, I'm just dropping the ball on trailers. So
The trailer looks really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
The big thing is the Emperor Palpatine laughing at the
Yeah.
end.
oh,
That was interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of like, what the hell was that about?
yeah, I have to watch it. We should do a reaction video. Cal watching trailers.
Yeah.
Like
There
those,
you go.
like those, is it BuzzFeed or someone that, or no, something, there's some YouTube that's like reactions,
Yeah.
old people react to
Oh, yeah,
something,
those ones,
you know, or
yeah.
young people
Or, like,
react to
young people
rotary dial
react to-
phones.
Yeah, how do they use a rotary dial phone?
Those are great. I'm like, I should just do a Kel ASMR and Kel react to.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it would always be the same because we know how I react to everything. So,
The other comment someone made about the title was Rise of Skywalker, and well, the one comment he made was Kylo Ren is Skywalker, is a Skywalker.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a. Ugh.
I love Kylo Ren of Heroes. Oh, I'm sorry, I have a soft spot for Kylo Ren. I think it has to do with a certain C4 experience I had. We're just gonna leave that alone. But,
No, we're not leaving that
no.
alone. Tell the story.
That's for a different channel. People have to pay for that shit. Just kidding.
That will be Kel's ASMR $4.95 a minute channel.
That's cheap. What are you talking about? You're lowering my standard. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually try and watch those Endgame and Star Wars. Go to see what trailers are on after this, I think, and try and catch up.
It's like with those are like 2 huge movies coming out this year too.
They are, yeah. It's a busy year.
Well, Rise of Skywalker is ending 40 years of movies.
Is it the last main story?
It's the end of the. It's the end. They're tying together the original trilogy and ending it all.
Okay.
It's a trilogy of trilogies, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And
then they can do the offshoots.
Yeah, and I imagine we'll probably get a new 3-part trilogy coming up in the next few years. But
yeah. That's
wasn't there a Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian is a new TV show coming
really
out.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, Disney owning both, well, I guess running both of that, right? Both of those big movies.
They're going to start their own network.
Yeah, that's one of the things we're going to talk about too.
Yeah, the announcement of the Disney Plus. Is that what it's called?
I think it's Disney Plus.
Disney, the online streaming service like Netflix, but
comes out, starts in November in the U.S.
Yeah, really hoping Canada gets it too.
Well, eventually.
Eventually. They're saying they'll be international in 2 years.
Okay.
Okay.
That's still like a long time to wait. I feel like because we're all like anticipating it for so long.
Yeah. Especially if they're pulling all their stuff from other streaming services.
Exactly. It's like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, Captain Marvel's never going to be on Netflix.
Yeah. There was another one too, because I hadn't seen one, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to see it because it was, I don't remember what it was now. You went to see it, and I think I had to miss it for some reason.
Marvel movie?
It was a Marvel movie, I think. Oh gosh, it'll come back to me like in 2 days, 3 in the morning, as usual.
No idea. I don't know.
I'll wake you up when I remember it.
Please
don't worry. But yeah, that'll be interesting because Netflix has a lot of Disney stuff. I feel like, don't they?
They've got a fair amount on there.
Like I remember thinking about a year ago how all of a sudden they started to, or maybe even 2 years ago, they really started to put on the Disney. And it's been kind of a nice feature, in my opinion, on Netflix, because even if I'm in like a, I don't know, to watch movie, I'll put on like Tangled or something, you know what I mean? Like something that's just like a comfort blanket movie of Disney, like a kid's movie or something.
Also, keep in mind, though, if you're watching this from the U.S., we're in Canada, so our Netflix is different than yours. Right?
Yes. But yeah, well, that'll be interesting to see where that goes and what other streaming services come out in the meantime as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, because I wonder what they're going to do with their, like if they're just going to monopolize it on their streaming service.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, Disney owns Marvel, Disney owns Star Wars, Disney owns Fox.
Yeah.
Right? Not to mention, I'm sure there's dozens and dozens of other little movies. I say little, but I mean smaller companies than Fox is what I'm referring to.
I'll be interested to see like what the regulations, how they apply those, because there's got to be anti-competition laws that apply to this, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, they would legit have a monopoly on that sector, right? I would think. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see where how that pans out and what gets applied and who rules what. Disney just rules the world.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I like living in a Disney world.
There's some interesting things about Disney that are both amazing and terrifying at the same time.
Did you know that I own Disney? I'm just kidding.
I know my mom owns some of Disney. She has stock in it.
Oh, nice. So, Disney, okay. And then, you wanted to talk about Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. Now, we were chatting a bit while you were upstairs or something, and you were the one that knows, I think, the most about what's going on.
You guys know anything about it?
A little, but not a whole lot. I know that's kind of where they released the trailer.
So, think San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But instead of being about everything, it's about Star Wars.
So was this specifically for the release of the trailer?
No, this convention has been around for 20 years.
Oh, it's an actual convention.
It's a Star Wars con.
Okay. But they released the trailer on...
they released the trailer for Rise of it at it. They released the trailer for the new Clone Wars season that's coming out at it. They released the trailer for The Mandalorian that's out at it.
Okay.
They talked about the new Disney Edge of the Galaxy,
Okay.
which is the new theme park they're opening.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
right.
So they had everything there, including Lego was there doing massive
Wow.
Star Wars displays, right?
That would be really cool. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes more sense. Like, because I heard snippets of your conversations here and there, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. Some sort of Star
Well,
Wars took over Chicago.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, even as a fan, I look at pictures of this convention, and even I don't know what some of the stuff is.
Yeah.
You know, they did, one of the things they did at it was the Wilro Hood Run. Okay?
Okay.
Wilro Hood is a character from Empire Strikes Back. He's is in one scene in sort of an orange jumpsuit on Cloud
Oh.
City,
Okay.
where you see Lando has announced that the Empire is taking over,
Yeah.
and you get like this sort of little montage of people running around,
Yes. Yeah.
and there's a guy in an orange jumpsuit, carrying a white Rubbermaid
I-
Tupperware container
Yeah.
that looks like an ice cream maker.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Interesting.
so
I always assumed it was a helmet or something or a robot.
It-
I don't know.
this guy's that one scene
Yeah.
has generated tons of people, and they do this thing called the Wilro Hood Run,
Oh.
where everyone shows up in Wilro Hood cosplays,
Yeah.
and they have like this
That's
run through the
amazing.
convention,
Holy crap.
and people with
Tupperware?
Tupperware ice cream makers.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And there was this. I saw a video of it was like 3 minutes of
I would
people
love that.
running through
Yeah.
this long hallway.
Just what, running?
Carrying these ice cream makers, all chanting "ice cream, ice cream, ice cream" as they go through.
That is the best cult ever.
I
I want to
know.
be part of that.
Wow.
I want to eat the ice cream.
There
So
was
that makes more sense. Yeah.
there was another guy walking around, in no shirt,
Okay.
pink Daisy Duke, what looked like Daisy Duke shorts.
Yeah, like hot pants shorts.
Hot pants shorts.
Yeah.
And he had a boom mic with him.
Okay.
There's a picture from the original movie
Yeah.
of a guy standing in the desert, in the Tunisian desert,
Yeah.
with his arms up over his head, holding
Yeah.
this boom mic in these shorts.
While they were filming, right?
While they were
yeah.
filming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there was a guy cosplaying as that at the convention.
People
Like,
are
was that-
amazing.
Was that like a by accident in the movie or just like
No,
a
no,
background?
it was a
thing?
background
Oh,
behind
You
the
took a
scenes.
shot of
Gotcha.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I've seen it somewhere. I don't remember where. Probably on a documentary.
Well, something I didn't know
Yeah.
about, like,
Yeah.
the original Star Wars was, like, a lot of them were, like, really on, like, drugs and all this stuff.
Oh.
Like, sometimes when they were, like, doing the films or they're drunk or something like that.
I mean, that's not
I heard.
normal.
I don't know.
I
That's
have
what I
no
heard.
idea.
Yeah, I heard they were, like, yeah.
Just kidding.
High as kites. Like, it's the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's
So-
I'm sure there was a fair amount.
Yeah.
of
a
that
lot of
going on in the
orgies
70s.
going on. Just kidding. Hotel rooms of marijuana with orgies.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of hippies. They don't wear clothes.
The monkey room.
That makes more sense. I want to be friends with some people who have that awesome of a mind to think of that kind of a, like, what is it called?
Wilro Hood Run.
Okay. Never going to remember.
I know I'm not going to. I've got
Orange
it down,
jumpsuit
so
ice cream
orange
maker guy.
jumpsuit ice cream maker guy.
And the boom mic. Like, come on, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
That is some serious dedication.
If you're
right
out there and you
kidding.
did that,
Yeah.
message us. On to another topic. Let's briefly run about war games, Kill Team experiences, and the interview that I did with producer Josh and 40 Below Gaming.
Sure.
Just briefly, because that aired on Monday, and if you go to 40 Below Gaming's Twitch, you can actually see the interview, and they...
Which would be twitch.tv 40 Below Gaming.
Okay. I would just probably search 40 Below
That would
Gaming.
work
Yeah.
too.
Or Google it, or go to their Facebook page, and we can even probably post it if we wanted to.
Yeah.
If we could over there, yeah, go for it. I'm just gonna wait. Just
No,
kidding.
no, keep going.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make it real
It's
awkward.
all quiet.
It's all quiet. Frank, do you want to say anything? Frank's like sleeping by your feet over here. The pug is sleeping.
No.
Yeah, so I did an interview with producer Josh. Cliff was supposed to originally do it, and I had joined in, and then he lost his voice and couldn't make it. So I took over, and I think it went pretty well, and we talked everything Kill Team. I embarrassed myself with how little I know, but that's okay. Josh was very gracious and made me comfortable talking about Kill Team.
You have to
And
start
I'm-
somewhere.
Yeah. And I just haven't had the time to study it enough, but I'm getting there. And I'm and we've got Kill Team Friday.
Yep.
Or Mission 2 has launched. Or
Yeah,
that's the launch event.
Mission 2 is out already.
It's out already on
I
the
haven't looked at it,
website.
but it is there.
Now, this is for the Echoes of Eternity League that's sold out now, but me and Cliff are both part of it. And yeah, we did the one battle so far. I've done the one battle, you've done a few. So that's pretty much it for Kill Team, I think, right now. We're working on our models, just primed mine. Got to get to painting that. That's going to take a while. So luckily the league does not require them to be finished painting, because otherwise I would not be able to be part of it. So it's very nice of them. Anything about Kill Team that you want to say?
I'm up in 4 games so far. I'm loving every game. It's a lot of fun.
Only beaten once.
I've only been beaten once by someone at this table.
Who would that be? Not those two.
But that one.
Hi.
I'll get my revenge.
Okay. You can try.
That's right, I can.
I'm just going to have more Rustwalkers or Infiltrators and just go all full melee. And they remind me of Chappie, the movie Chappie. Did you guys see this?
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, and there's a band called Deanford, and they're one of my favorite bands. And the whole movie is essentially, like, I didn't realize they're so big in the movie. Yeah. They're the male and female like lead characters that are friends with Chappie or take him.
Yeah.
So they're a band from South Africa, I think.
Yeah,
it is.
they're an African band.
Yeah, love them. They're awesome. Great band. But whenever I see my Rustwalker or my Infiltrator, they look like Chappie, and I'm like, oh, they're so lethal. I think Cliff is grabbing one of them to show, but I just put those two together because they're a lot of little pieces. So.
Oh, nice. You should definitely paint them in like the same color scheme and everything.
Yeah. Can you see them? I don't know. They're just prime black right now, so it's a little hard to see the details. But two of those characters took me 4 or 5 hours to glue together.
Yeah,
and that was
pretty intricate looking.
Yeah, I essentially also, some of these pieces are just like hanging in there. So I essentially tried to glue them down where I could, so that they don't break. Because I'm also a very clumsy person. So I can only imagine that I'm going to drop them at some point. Anyway, so I guess that's Kill Team. We'll be there Friday. And are we going to stream, do we think?
Me as well.
Yeah, so you should, if you log in on Friday, I think it starts at 5, but don't know when we'll be there. But hopefully close to 5 at Game Night Games. And that's sort of the big launch event for Mission 2, right? Yeah, with 40 Below Gaming and for Echoes of Eternity League. So that's Kill Team. Like I said, jump on to 40 Below Gaming on Twitch if you want to check out that interview. It was very fun. And thank you for hosting us and me. I guess one of the things we can go through, we were talking earlier, just before we started the stream, I was asking Kirk, what do you play? We talked a little bit already about NES and Nintendo. Do you have favorite games that you play?
Let's see. Lately, what I've been really getting into is Monster Hunter World. Now that I finally have a PC that I can actually run it without catching on fire.
It's always handy.
Yeah, exactly. I played a lot of Monster Hunter on the 3DS, and then I'm now getting into the version for PC.
I did not know there was even a PC version.
Yeah, it's originally came out on the PS4, but I think it released on PC a little while ago. Yeah. And just realizing like how much fun that game is and getting back into that now, and just how awesome it is, like hunting monsters through this giant world that now has no loading screens. It's all just one continuous space and just running them down and hitting them with giant axes. It's always a good time.
Where do you have to buy? This is going to sound silly, but how do you access Monster Hunter? Like, is it on Steam or something? Oh, it's on Steam. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious to go take a peek.
I think it was like. I got it for 40% off or something when I bought it, so I can't not buy this now.
Of course, I'm glad you talked about that, because I honestly thought it was just for 3DS.
Oh, no.
So that's good to know, because I have a 3DS, but I really got into New Leaf. What is it called?
Oh, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Yeah. And that was so much fun, and it was a time where I had a lot of time on my hands, so I'd bring it with me, and it's kind of like The Sims, but a really cutesy, dumbed-down version, right? But you get to go fishing and get sharks. Love it. Yeah. So ever since that, anytime I try and think of a game to play, I just don't get the motivation, because I'm like, it's not Animal Crossing. So it's good to know it's on PC, because I might go check it out, because I've heard Monster Hunter's amazing.
It is. Yeah. It's a little tricky to get into. It's a little technical, but I think this iteration is probably the easiest one to get into that I've seen so far.
Have you ever played Ark Survival?
I've heard of it. I don't think
Okay,
I've tried it.
I'm
though.
curious if it's similar to that because Ark is dinosaur based and
Okay.
and it's very open world though. So and I only ever played it. I don't know. I think it's officially launched now, but I played it on Xbox for quite a while when it was during its beta phase for like a few years, and or I think it was in there for a couple years, and that was fine, but very glitchy. Right now I'm playing Subnautica Below Zero.
Oh,
That was actually the reason that I got a friend to help me to build my computer. He built it. I just helped because I really wanted to play that, and I just didn't have the capacity to play it on my laptop. So trying that, and that's going good. I just ran across a frozen Leviathan skeleton. So if anyone out there knows that, you'll know how cool that is. I was like, this tunnel has nothing in it. It's not developed yet. It's still in its testing phase. And all of a sudden, this giant fish skeleton comes out of nowhere. And I guess it was part of the main story because I was like, oh, let's try and like cut a piece off of it. And a piece came off of it, and it's part of a mission. So I was like, good thing I found it. That's when I was like, you gotta remind me to tell you about the game, remember?
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, because it was right when you walked in, and there's this huge fish down there, and I'm like, you barely see it because it's so dark and murky. So that's been really fun. I want to try the original Subnautica at some point. Tried a little bit of Overwatch, trying to get into that. I am a first-person shooter gamer, and looking for some suggestions if anyone has, because Overwatch is fun. I need to play a little bit around with it, but I'm so used to like Call of Duty that it's just different enough, but that's okay. Cliff's been playing Red Dead a lot.
Hunting down dinosaur bones, Red Dead Redemption 2, or
Yeah.
Grand Theft Horse.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Justin, you play a bit of everything, like which I love. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you just go on to stream and
Yeah, I
find-
just pick whatever. Like right now, my buddies and I are playing this older game. It kind of like missed our radar. We're just like, oh, this game has been out for a couple of years, but it's kind of like dying down. It's called Crossout,
Okay.
and it's kind of like a Mad Max kind of. You build your vehicle and you put machine guns or shotguns on it, and
Okay.
you go into a battle, like a team
Okay, that's
battle,
kinda
and just
fun.
shoot
Oh,
each other
man.
up, and parts fly off, and and
Is
all
it
this.
free?
That sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
it's free.
Can I play with you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
totally
it's off
want to pwn
It's
some
off Steam
noobs.
as well. Yeah, but I guess it was more popular like 2 years ago. But
Oh,
it's
cool.
like so depending on the wait times, we wait between sometimes 1 second to like 3 minutes till we get into a game. But
Yeah.
it seems like the game fills it up with like random bots, but they
Oh,
play
okay.
like real players. Like
Okay.
they're sometimes really strong.
That sounds
And
really
then
cool.
and then there's raids and all this other stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
we've
called
been doing
Crossout,
that.
right? You said?
Yeah,
I'm
Crossout.
gonna go look it up
Yeah.
after.
We used to play Conan Exiles,
Yeah,
which was
I
really
heard
fun.
that's really fun.
Yeah, that one's a good game. I've played that since Alpha, and
Okay.
right now, otherwise we're not getting too much into games or too heavy into like a new game because it's summer, so we want to
Yeah.
get outside a bit. But
Yeah.
otherwise, mostly driving games. Like I was playing American Truck Simulator, which
Oh,
kind of
nice.
sounds boring, but it's
But it's
okay,
like
especially
driving a
online.
semi-truck, right?
Yeah,
That sounds
especially
awesome.
online, you get like a bunch of weird people driving across the thing.
You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you get hit.
I'd be that person that's like, stay in the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's 4 hours, gotta pull over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually fall asleep at the computer.
There was some game I read about, and I'm trying to remember something about driving a school bus across the
Oh
desert.
yes, that's
Oh,
Penn and
Desert
Teller's.
Bus.
Yeah,
What?
Oh
that's
my
Penn and
God.
Teller's Desert Bus. It's-
Desert bus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it actually takes 24 hours to drive or something like that.
I thought it was.
Or you could probably do a shorter version.
If I remember correctly, I think it was
there's
like.
a shorter version.
I think it was 8 hours.
or
in
8
real
hours,
time.
maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real
that's what
time?
it is.
From
Yeah.
Tucson, Arizona to Las Vegas,
Yes,
Oh my God.
that's what it is. Yeah, 8
Yeah,
hours.
and if
Yeah.
you stop, the bus will overheat,
Yeah.
and you have to get towed back and go again.
And the buses, like your wheels are messed up, so like your bus is going
Oh, no.
this way, and you have
So
to stay
you
centered.
have to be set
Yeah, you have-
holding it.
yeah.
You're driving
For 8 hours.
8 hours.
That's
yes,
amazing.
Yeah.
It is
I do
designed.
not have the dedication for that.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
designed to be the most boring game ever made.
And literally, when you make it one run, you get a point.
That's
Yeah.
funny. So you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Penn and Teller, you're geniuses.
yeah.
Apparently, a group of people in college or something got together and they made scored 8 points or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
that's impressive. Maybe for Extra Life, that would be
I
a
was
good
gonna
challenge.
say, funny story about
You
that.
did 3 points.
The first year that I did Extra Life with a bunch of friends, we made the mistake of setting a goal where for every $100 we raised, we would do 1 hour desert bus.
Ah.
I think,
Oh, no.
and that was as a team. So we
God.
actually did end up doing really, really well. And I
Yeah.
think we had to log like 14 hours of desert bus
Oh my
that
god.
first year.
Oh my
We never
That
scored a
is
single
brutal.
point because we
No.
always get distracted just long enough
Yeah.
to crash
Well,
the
of
bus and have to
course.
start over.
Yeah, even if you're holding on to it, like I can
Yeah.
imagine, like
Yeah.
stuff happens.
But we were like trading off every hour
That's
between
good, yeah.
the rest of the team
That's
members.
kind of fun
and-
though, and kind
yeah.
of epic.
Oh man,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I played
One of
too
the-
much of that game.
One of the best computer games I've ever played was a game called Warlords.
Oh.
It is a up to 8-player game,
Mhm.
and it was a turn-based sort of fantasy simulator game where you
Nice.
would start with a castle, a
Yeah.
hero, and a couple of little guys.
Yeah.
And depending on what faction you chose, you would be able to build certain things based on your faction. And so you would play, you would move out, and then you'd get up from the computer. Someone else would come along and sit down at the computer,
Oh, okay.
take their turn, and then and so on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we used to have like a board game going here, and then we'd have someone playing. We'd have everyone in the board game would be playing
Huh.
this Warlord game.
I wonder if we could do that for
Nice.
like the next like
That's
fifth
kinda
Sunday or something like that. Try that.
I don't even know if we'd be able to find a copy of it. I mean, it ran on a 3.25-inch disc.
Oh, okay.
That's how
You
old
never
it
know.
was.
Wow. That would be fun though.
Yeah, I mean nothing's obscure on the internet, so I'm
It's
sure
true.
someone
Yeah.
out there
Somewhere.
has found
Yeah.
it.
He's like, let's go back. So you had mentioned actually, Justin, is out like indoor, outdoor, especially with the weather getting nicer. So I was kind of curious. One of the topics I had thought about for this Geek Chat was finding out, putting it out there. You know, do you or do people out there? Do you play less board games and RPGs over the summer, basically, when it gets nicer? And are there geeky sort of stuff? Is there geeky stuff that you do outside more? That's kind of something that I thought of. I don't know, because like me and a few friends do Pokemon Go, and that's definitely more active during the summer.
Yeah.
A little bit easier. We're not like having to bundle
Yeah.
up and freeze our fingers off.
I did that when it first came out.
Yeah.
Like that's when I think I played it seriously that one day and I got up to level 19 or
Nice.
whatever, and then
Wow.
since then I just stopped.
If
but
you ever
yeah.
want to play it, we still play.
Yeah, I know you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have all the hardware too. Like I have the watch too,
Yeah.
but like you got
Ooh,
the
wow.
fancier watch. But
Oh no, that's the
or
Fitbit.
oh okay,
I have
oh,
the
like, you have
necklace
that.
thing,
Yeah, you have
yeah.
that necklace
Yeah,
thing. And
the
I was like,
gotcha.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you play Pokemon Go?
Yeah, I started when it first came out, fell off the bandwagon for a while,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I was like that too. Yeah.
there was a group of people at my office that play, and they kind of got me back into it.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've been going to the last couple of community events and
Yeah.
stuff. So.
Yeah, we keep missing
We
them
keep missing them,
actually.
yeah.
Stuff comes up.
Although-
We did a couple in a row in the winter time, and again, those were fun. But man, there were some cold days there. But it was
Yeah.
like,
Is that just a group of you to
dedication.
meet up and?
well,
go
it's a thing
together,
that
or-
launches on the app itself, and
Oh.
it says Community Day for April is, and it picks a Pokemon,
Okay.
and it runs from like 1 p.m. or something to 4 p.m. And basically, that Pokemon will spawn like
A lot more commonly.
basically
Yeah.
like 20 times more, I would say, than usual, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gives you a heads up as to what Pokemon it'll be, and there's a couple other new things out there, like if you
Some of them are shiny too.
yeah, shiny ones. Those
Okay.
are fun to catch. Yeah, so people just tend to go to the parks, like St. Vital
Yeah.
Park, Assiniboine Park.
Or the forks.
We like yes.
Yeah.
Places with a lot of stops,
Yeah.
and they'll do walking around. Some people drive around. Be
Yeah.
careful, please, though. But those are fun, I find, especially now that the summer's coming up. It was fun in the winter, though, I found, with, like, the duck pond at St. Vital Park. That was cute. People were skating.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's neat.
But, yeah, in the summer, it's fun, too, and we can take Frank, maybe.
Yeah.
Although Frank it gets a little bit wired in
Yeah.
groups of big people.
And he starts to chase the invisible Pokemon.
Yes. Yes. You don't know when... Frank is my pug, and he is sort of a mascot, I would think. Maybe
Yeah,
one
sure.
of the mascots for Games from the North. There might be a cat joining us eventually.
No doubt.
No doubt. Maybe more than one cat. I don't know. We like our animals here. Yeah, so, and I thought, other outdoor things I've seen have been like Quidditch. I think there's a Quidditch.
There is a Quidditch
league
team in
in
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Oh,
The Whomping
interesting.
Willows.
Wow.
I've seen them at a couple
Oh, that's
different
awesome.
events, because I've seen them at Assiniboine Park a couple times. There was a huge launch event that McNally Robinson put on when The Cursed Child came out. I think it was The Cursed Child. And they were playing there and showing what they did and letting, especially kids, join in and try it. So that was really neat. But I thought stuff like that, like LARPing, that stuff probably all picks up, I would expect, quite a lot once the weather gets nicer.
Yeah.
Other than that,
There's
I don't know what
also
else.
Ingress, which is kind of the precursor to Pokemon.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that, but...
I used to play that one a bit.
Basically, what are Pokestops now used to be things that you
Oh,
would
I've
go
heard of
to
that.
and
Yeah.
you'd be able to attack them like you
Okay.
do with Pokemon. And
Yeah.
It's the same. It's
It's
just
the
a
platform
reskinned version of it,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sort
yeah.
of. The idea was that you were trying to actually link 3 different. It would be like trying to link 3 different Pokestops,
Yeah. And then
So-
claiming the area within it.
and you would
Oh,
claim that area
okay.
within it to
Okay.
your faction.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And if you can do it in such a way, you can say you link one set of 3,
Yeah.
and then you're able to link another set of 3 that overlaps that one.
Right.
You're then storing that same area twice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like capture the flag in a way, or zones.
Sort
Yeah.
of, yeah.
Control kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, a lot of my friends, especially geeky ones, I find have done for sports wise. Have done ultimate frisbee.
It is so fun.
Yeah, I
did that in gym
don't
class.
run. I don't play sports, but I used to help just cheer on a bunch of my friends. We would do we were the Huck Buddies, or they were the Huck Buddies, and that was fun because I would go watch them, and that was really fun to watch. And man, it takes skills, but yeah.
I was on a team called Just Disc League.
Ah, nice, nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. I don't know what other kind of.
That's not the
outdoor-
one where it's like frisbee golf or whatever.
No, there is frisbee golf.
Yeah,
That's
okay, that's a
something-
separate thing. Sorry. Yeah.
Just to be clear, yes, Winnipeg Wampin Willows is still an active Quidditch team.
Okay.
You can find them on Facebook.
Right.
Oh, and they
Oh,
have
man.
swag.
They've got uniforms and everything. Wow.
I kind of want to.
So how does that
Yeah,
how does that work?
you can do it extra life.
I have
Oh
no
god,
idea.
extra life Quidditch team.
I have no idea how
No
it works.
ideas.
We would have
I'll write it
maybe-
down on the idea board.
Excellent.
Maybe we can reach out to them and invite them to come on and talk
That would
about
be
it.
really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
I know they like run around with a broom between their legs and
I would imagine
And it's
I
like
would
shooting
have
a
trouble
ball
with that.
through hoop, right?
yeah,
Basically,
there's
yeah.
a guy dressed as the golden snitch who runs around the
Yes,
field.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've only seen a couple of things
That's
of it,
amazing. That would be so much fun. I mean, I couldn't do it because A, I don't run, and B, I'm clumsy, so broom between my legs while running. It's just
but
a very bad idea.
we
Like
do have a
hospital
couple of
visit.
viewers right now, so if any of you know
Hello.
anything about it, let us know. We've actually we've had 2 almost the whole show, so
Nice.
Hey.
Awesome.
we've gone up to at least 4, I think, so far tonight.
If you're joining us or you've been there for a while, feel free to drop a hi or a question or say something about, I don't know, yourself or what we're talking about. We're coming up to the end shortly. I don't think there's much else outdoor, though, I can think of.
The only other thing
Geocaching.
I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
I haven't done that in years, but it
Yeah.
was a good time when
I would like
used
to do
it.
more of that. That's
Yeah.
fun. We did it a little bit, a couple times. Me
Yeah.
and you. I did it with my brother a little bit too. I've done a couple random ones here and
Yeah.
there.
There's some really fun ones.
Yeah. I just like it because it's hunting, and then I don't know, it's
You have
fun.
to solve puzzles and
Yeah.
release.
I remember telling some people about it as I was driving them home one night years ago,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Oh my god, that sounds amazing! Let's try it."
Yeah.
And it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and we barely have, we've got like an old handheld GPS with and so we literally stopped at one guy's house,
Okay.
printed
to load
off
the...
a couple of caches,
Okay.
and then
Like you have to load the coordinates on
Yeah.
them, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
and then we're stomping through the St. Vital Park like after it's closed. We have to walk in
That's funny.
because the gates were all locked.
Yeah. It's a little bit
Yeah.
easier now with the
Oh, with
With the
smartphones.
with the
Yeah,
smartphones and
the apps they have are
Yeah.
actually pretty good.
You can just
yeah.
kind of check where you're at and yeah.
I still get notifications from some of the caches I've hidden.
Oh really? Nice.
Every so often I'll get so and so found this, and I'm like, oh, I should go check on that. And
Yeah.
when I go back to look for it, I can't find it anywhere anymore.
There's a notorious one that I will never forget. I think I told you about this possibly, but I used to live in Southdale, and me and my brother tried to find one in a park in Windsor Park. There's tons of parks around there and tons of geocaches. One of them was called Princess Rose, if I remember right. And to this day, we have never found it. And we went back like 3 or 4 times, I think. And people had said they found it, but there's so many trees around there, and we knew it had to be in a tree. Like, we looked everywhere else. And it, to this day, I'm just like, I'm going to find you one day. And, like, the clue someone gave was, like, you can see me better at night when it's raining. And I'm like, right?
What?
So I was like, hey, it's got to be in a tree, right? And then I would, like, look under the benches, and oh my God, it was just, it was awful, but I loved it.
There was, when I first started with the company I'm with, I worked in a office right near a park.
Mm.
And I had half an hour to an hour for lunch.
Yeah.
And I made it my mission while I was working at that office to get as many geocaches that I could walk to
Nice.
on lunches as I could.
Yeah.
And there was one cache that I must have gone back to at least 3
Oh, right, you
times
mentioned that.
a week for the
Yeah.
entire summer.
Yeah.
So it would take me 10 minutes to walk to this area. I would search for it. I would put it on. I would like search for it for 10 minutes, and then I'd have to take the 10 minutes to get back, and I never found it until like the very last week I was at that office.
Really? But you found it?
I found it after I got some tips
I
from
must
some
have
other people.
felt good at that point. You're just
Yeah.
like, let me just find it, physically find it.
It was literally a keychain thing that was connected between two links on a chain link fence.
Oh, okay.
So it was sitting there, and it would lay
Like
right
blended
on the link, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it was
Bastards.
brutal.
Love it and hate it at the same time.
The worst one ever is actually done by a friend that I ever saw. It was done by a friend of mine. It's a micro cache, and it is a wire that comes out of the ground,
Yeah.
and it's got a male female like a male connector thing
Okay.
for this cable, and it's attached to a hydro pole.
Oh, no.
So it goes up about 5 feet or like 2 feet on the hydro pole or something. It goes from the ground up 2 feet and then into what looks like into the pole.
Yeah.
And you have to literally
fake out.
unscrew this connecting thing, and it's hidden in there.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I mean, amazing, brilliant,
And-
but wow.
In talking to her, the cache is hidden right by her parents' place.
Okay.
So from her parents' front window, she can be sitting there watching people search for it, and apparently it is so funny
That's a
to watch.
sadistic person right there. I love it. I guess the last thing we wanted to talk about is a bit about KeyCon. Cliff and myself are quest givers for KeyCon. Bing! So we're going to look dorky, yes, but awesome. Real life video game characters.
Alert cards.
Yes, this is true. So maybe we should have a zone around us. Oh, idea for a game. We could do a real role-playing game, like LARPing it.
That's right.
That's fine. Okay. I just want to play a lot of games. Nerding out. But yeah, we're going to be at KeyCon, of course, all weekend, right?
Yeah.
And we're the quest givers. There's the two of us. And so we've been planning out quests, right? Two of us?
Yep.
Yeah. So we've been planning out quests. KeyCon has 3 different themes this year. Big anniversaries for Monty Python, Vampire Masquerade, the Masquerade, right?
No, just Vampire, period.
Sorry, Vampire with a Y though, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yes. And Mad Max. So we've come up with some themes and
Some quests based around the theme.
yes, thank you. Some themed quests based around those themes. So it should be a good time, and we wanted to open one up to Games for the North viewers, right?
That's right.
Do you want to explain it? Is your voice okay with that, or?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Okay, you're better explaining it.
Okay, so this is going to be a special quest that's not going to be available at the convention. It is going to need to be done beforehand. What you need to do is send us a picture either on our Facebook page or on Instagram. Our Instagram is Games from...
Let me look it up. You
Okay.
keep talking.
I think it's games from the end.
I think it's
From
Games
the-
from the End, but we'll double check that.
We had to change them up for Twitter versus Instagram, so we never remember which is which.
So what we want you
Games
to do...
from N.
Yeah, Games from N is our
on
Instagram.
Yeah.
Or you can post it to our Facebook page, which is Games from the North.
Yeah.
And
Post a picture with the hashtag. We'll create a hashtag.
yeah, we'll create a hashtag. Let's say KeyCon Quest Giver. KeyCon Quest.
KeyCon Quest. Yep,
Sure.
that works.
So the hashtag will be KeyCon Quest. And post a picture of, what did we say?
Ticket stub to Endgame.
Ticket stub to Endgame. Or any other...
Really, any geeky movie,
any
maybe?
geeky movie, let's
Yeah.
say.
Like, we don't want you to have to be forced to go out and go see it if you don't want to see it, or might not have the funds. It's
Yeah.
So if you come up with an alternate, like maybe you're watching a movie at home that you already have, take a picture of the case. That's fine too, right?
Yep.
Anything like that. So but the idea is ticket stub. Take a picture with the hashtag, and then you'll be entered in. Or sorry, no, we decided. I'm sorry. This was last minute decision.
Yeah, this is a last minute thing. And what you will get is you will get something special at the convention to indicate that you have completed that quest.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't, you won't be able to complete that quest.
Yeah. So I guess just come up to us at the convention and let us know and maybe show us the post.
Yeah, show us the post
Show
and
us the
we'll go
post,
from
and
there.
then we'll get you your prize. So that was hashtag KeyConQuest.
That's right.
KeyConQuest. I'm gonna write it down so we don't change it by accident. and we'll put the details on Facebook.
Yeah, and ideally we'd like you to tag, Games from the North in it as well.
Yeah. So we so that'll link us together because we're also going to be representing. You're coming to KeyCon as well, right? All 3 of us will be there.
Yeah.
The full Games from the North team. Are you coming to
Yes.
KeyCon?
Possibly.
Possibly,
I
maybe?
gotta check with the rest of the Extra Life
Yeah.
Winnipeg team, see if we
Okay.
can possibly throw something together
Yeah,
for that.
so maybe Extra Life will be there or some of the team members. It's always a good time, and if you watch Games to the North, come and give us a shout out. We have a live broadcast.
Yeah.
We're doing a panel
On Saturday.
right? On Saturday. So you can even come out to the broadcast and live chat with us, literally live in person. Very scary. I'm gonna bring a blankie, possibly 2 stuffies, hide under a table while we're chatting. But yeah, that's it, I guess, for our topics today. We've got anything else before we sort of wrap up?
We talked about our special guests for tomorrow, right?
Yep, the 4 of you guys
The
coming.
4 of you
Looking
guys are
forward
coming
to
out.
it.
Yep, that's exciting.
Um,
So we got Torg tomorrow at 7 p.m. Game night.
We have Kill Team Friday.
Friday 5 p.m. ish.
Don't forget that if you haven't liked or followed us on Facebook and on Twitch
And Instagram.
we are doing a contest to win a set of Torg dice.
I'm kind of jealous. I really like them. Maybe I can just like swipe one from the other.
Maybe, yeah.
I may know where they are.
You just might.
They're very cute dice, and it's the ones that came with your Torgs.
Yeah, it's
Kickstarter
the
stuff?
original. It's the Torg Possibility dice from the
They're
original
very
Kickstarter
nice.
set.
They're the blue. They're clear with the blue and the red dots, right, on the inside. If I remember right.
I don't remember the
Yeah,
colors.
I think they're clear.
They're kind of swirly.
Yeah, they're very pretty. They're very unique, I find. So I like them.
Well, yeah, they're a six-sided dice that doesn't have a six. So.
Yeah.
Or at least
Fair.
2 of them are.
I just like the colors.
Oh, okay.
That's allowed. Yeah, so Friday, and then looking forward to Icon Extra Life.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll try it when that's July 26th to 28th at the convention center.
Maybe we can reach out to Icon and see about doing some stuff there from Doom
That would be
too.
fun, yeah. Well, if you're part of Icon and you've heard this, maybe reach out, let us know. We'll try and get in touch. I would like to even just go and check it out and see what it's about.
Yeah.
Say hi to you guys. I
Definitely.
know you and I know Kevin now. I don't know the other guys, but
You'll
that's
meet them
okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. So.
All right.
So I think that's it for tonight. Upcoming events. Any other streams you guys are doing, or is it just the normal video gaming stream?
Yeah. Normally
Yeah.
we stream also every second Thursday.
Okay.
At again twitch.tv
Yeah.
/extralifewpg.
Yeah.
We play all sorts of games, and yeah, if you're interested, come check us out.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for Torg at 7 p.m. This has been Games from the North. Cliff, Kelly, and Justin hosts with Kirk from Extra Life, and we'll see him again tomorrow with his fellow compatriots playing some
Excellent.
Torg. Have a good night, folks.
Night, everyone.
Hey.
Bye.